Welcome to you. I'm so glad you joined me today. I wanted to take a little break from the COVID crisis that we're all going through and just give you a little encouragement and maybe a suggestion as a parent. Because I know most of us are around our children a lot more than we have been in the past. And so I just want to say this to you. As parents, we need to be mindful of our approach as we're raising our kids and as we're nurturing our kids. You don't want to control your kids, and I know you know this already, but you don't want to control your kids as though they're in a concentration camp. You want to encourage them in the right direction and to go to the right way so that they end up with some self-control and not be under the control of their parents. And again, I know you know that, but it's good to rehash. But there's a verse I have in mind today. It's Proverbs 12:25, and it says this. It says, "Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. A kind word affirms." And let me give you a really powerful way to affirm your children. One of the most important jobs we have as parents is to rightly identify God's script for our children, God's plan for our children. The Bible says that every single person is fearfully and wonderfully made. God has designed every human being with unique strengths and unique talents and unique gifts. And each child, if I dare say this, if I could come into your living room for a minute, each child would be maximized if their parents would identify the child's strengths as early as possible and begin to lead them in that direction as early as possible. And here's where I think us adults discourage our children many times. Children struggle because the adults in their lives keep wanting them to be great at something that they'll never be great at. I'm gonna say that again. Children struggle because the adults in their lives many times want them to be great at something that they will never be great at. You know, how come you aren't good at this? Why can't you get a handle on this subject? You're not going to go anywhere if you don't get straight A's in calculus. Just upset about calculus. It's okay if your daughter, it's okay if your son isn't good at calculus. Matter of fact, when's the last time you used your calculus? Maybe you were great at calculus. I was okay at calculus. I can't remember the last time I used it. I don't think I've ever used it past school. We could have used the money that we paid for our calculus degrees and classes. We could have used that for what we were really training for. I'm a pastor. Maybe you're an art gallery owner or you run a golf shop, whatever. When I was in high school, I'm going to go all the way back, decades and decades back on you guys. I told my congregation at Midtown this recently. When I was in high school, I didn't get great grades. I got really good grades later on in college. And so the adults at school, the counselors, the administrators, they were discouraging me from some of my goals. But the kids in my class, they're the ones who really knew me. The kids in the class, let's take during your senior year, you've been going to school with these students, your mates, for 4 years. During your senior year in high school, all the kids in the school do those little goofy surveys of all the seniors, who's the best in each category. Well, I was voted a tie for the best athlete in the school with another one of my friends. Surprise, surprise. And I was also voted as being the funniest guy in school with another one of my friends. Now, my counselors and the administrators and some of the teachers in school were telling me with my grades, you should just go to junior college and then you should learn a trade, go to work. Maybe you should learn how to weld, Bob. You could become Bob the welder. I mean, learn a trade, become a welder. They're great professions, but that don't sound nothing like me. That's not Bob. I wanted to go to school at UCLA. I want to use my gifts. See, the adults in my life should have inquired more of the kids who were in my life. Is he funny? The kids would say, yeah, he's pretty funny once in a while. Is he a good athlete? Yeah, you should go check him out on the basketball court or the baseball field. They should have encouraged me to do something using communication, maybe using some of my humor, while also doing something in a sports complex. Because lo and behold, look what God does, right? Now I'm doing all that stuff for a living. I get paid to do this. I'm a professional Christian, right? I actually get paid to speak and make people laugh sometimes behind the pulpit at Bayside. I'm also the chaplain of an NBA basketball team. God uses our strengths. So just going backwards, as parents, we have to stop discouraging our kids to do something that has nothing to do with what they're talented at or what they're good at, and encourage them and affirm them to do something that they're uniquely and obviously gifted to do. I hope this helps. I hope you're staying healthy in the COVID-19 crisis, and bless your family. Keep praising God. We'll see you soon.